You call someone a cow. That's nasty. All right? What happens if I call John a bull? I think I take that back. But sow is there as well. Chook, turkey, nose, duck, even witch. Now again, if I happen to call you a warlock, would you feel good about being a warlock? Most people would say, it means nothing. In other words, there's a whole layer of vocabulary which is still persisting from the olden days, and where there are words which are used to talk about women in denigrating terms which are not nice, and which I'm pleased to say we are now growing out of, but for which there are still no parallel male abusive terms, and that's all. Things which we've never actually managed to get right. So English is a work in progress. We've sorted out the pronouns, the they bit. We've sorted out most of the things about professions, one way or the other. Occasionally we refer to gender where it's necessary. On the whole, though, we've gone for designations which don't talk about gender at all. What is important, after all, is can the person do the job? Whether they're male or female doesn't matter. On the other hand, if I say to you, the hockey's got a really interesting result, you will probably assume men's hockey, and we'd have to say women's hockey to specify the other half of the game. Wimbledon has a ladies' draw. The men's one doesn't have any adjective at all, it's just the draw. Okay? And most of the sports which are played by both genders use a word like women's or ladies, particularly women's, to specify which sort of person is doing the playing. Is that important? Probably not. And it, after all, is the same game. There is a certain difficulty, by the way, with cricket, although one of the members of the Australian women's cricket team said that she's quite happy playing third man, or even being a batsman. Okay? But again, the commentators are starting to go over, they've taken something from baseball, and they're talking about a batter, right, which was first used about women people in women's cricket, and is now starting to be used about men in the men's game as well. And we won't talk about Sri Lanka at the moment, that's what it's saying. So there are these little bits of the language which have things that we still need to fix. And every time you find a name referring to a gender in relation to an activity, a profession, a sport or whatever, it's worthwhile asking, do we really need that? Or is it simply a way of perpetuating an old difference which doesn't really matter? Because after all, hockey is hockey, and you can do nasty things with a hockey stick to people of any gender. I used to play hockey at school, so I know. All right, so in our lifetimes, in the lifetimes of some of us who have a certain colour of hair or lack of it, the lifetimes of those who are now approaching but haven't got there yet, we have actually changed quite a few things. And